Hello, teacher.
Good morning. How are you doing today, Eugene?
Quite.
Quite.
I'm good. Yeah.
Quite good. Say it again.
Yeah.
Quite good.
Quite good.
I'm quite good.
I'm quite good.
There's very amazing expression. So you're going to learn today how you can express in an amazing way using the word quite. So how are you? I'm quite good. How's the movie? Quite interesting. How's the movie?
Quite interesting.
How's the book?
It was quite fun.
We don't say book about fun. You can say quite entertaining, possibly. Quite entertaining.
Quite entertaining.
Okay, and how was the food?
Quite delicious.
Quite delicious. There is another one. Another word I'm writing for you. Please write this word, delectable. Delectable.
Delectable.
When a food or any drink seems quite tasty and you feel it, yes, it is quite tasty, then we can say, wow, the drink was quite delectable, or the food was quite delectable.
Delectable. Okay.
Delectable. Yahoo!
Delectable.
Ariane is here.
Hello, Marianne.
Hello, teacher. Eugene.
Good morning, Ariane.
Yeah, teacher, thank you. Good evening for you.
Good evening. How's the lesson with teacher William?
It was good, teacher.
Okay.
Interesting. Yes.
Please, from today, use, instead of saying good, use quite good.
Oh, quite good.
Quite
Okay,
is an adverb, which means very good or extremely good. Okay. How is the class?
Okay, teacher.
Quite good. How is the movie? Ariane?
It's quite good. It's quite good.
Quite interesting, quite entertaining.
Quite interesting. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Eugene, how was the food?
Quite, how can I? Delectable. It was delectable.
Quite delectable. Ariane, new word, delectable. Why?
Delectable.
Delectable. It means when you see a drink or food and you think that, oh, it seems very tasty, and after testing, you find, yes, really it is amazing or delicious. We use this word, okay?
Okay.
But sometimes,
teacher.
yeah, go on.
How about scrumptious?
Yes, that is another amazing word, scrumptious. Very high standard vocab. Please remember that, in IELTS exam or any kind of conversation, if you use standard vocab, it will really bring value of your conversation, and you'll get higher marks than other people who are not using it. Okay.
I got it. Yeah.
All right. So thank you very much for joining me, both of you. It is early morning in Japan, in Vietnam, but it is Sunday night here in the UK at 2:11 p.m. And welcome to your viewers who are watching silently. From the Hallo, from my lessons, I have offered for every new users 2 free trial lessons. If anyone is interested, please join me. Visit my profile and you'll see, take the free lessons. Click on it and you don't have to pay any money.
Okay.
It's quite interesting, right? Quite appealing.
Yeah. Yes, it is quite good suggestion for us.
Quite a good offer, right?
Yeah, good offer.
Okay, and in England, most of the cases, people use this word quite. There are some expression from which you will be able to understand that this guy is from England. Like, hey, it's quite bad weather today. Quite interesting movie. Quite boring. Quite delectable. Quite, is it sumptuous? You say the word? Delicious?
Delicious.
Delicious. Quite interesting.
Delectable.
Okay, try to use quite. Today, when I'm going to ask you the question, please use it, okay? It's a good practice.
Okay, teacher.
Great. All right. So, do you remember what we explained last week? Either Arian or Eugene?
Yes, I explained my my travel when I was younger. Yeah, I remember that.
You can't remember.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, it.
Okay. Hello, Faisal, King, Elias. Welcome, guys. Thank you very much for joining. I don't know if there's any ladies or not. However, welcome everyone. So it is IELTS A to Z, our live stream. Last week we listened to one of the parts of IELTS exam, and which was hang on a second. Let me try to remember. I also forget sometimes. We covered fluency and coherence, lexical resource. Today we're going to cover grammatical range and accuracy, and also speaking practice after that. Okay?
Okay, teacher.
And before that, we're going to watch a 3 minutes video from the British Council for the instruction how you can use correct grammar in this exam. And after that, if you've got any questions, please do let me know. I'll be happy to answer it.
Okay.
By the way, 5 people have subscribed on a trial basis this lesson, Ariane and Eugene, but I don't see them any of them. Okay, so let's move on, guys. Is the sound okay? Clear?
So you've decided to take the IELTS exam.
Sound is all right for both of you?
That's quite good, teacher.
Quite good. Very good. Quite good. Amazing.
Well done. It's the test that's recognized and respected around the world. Here we will look at the criteria of pronunciation. This is one of
Oh,
four
I'm sorry. It's
criteria
not
on which you will be
pronunciation.
tested.
Wrong. It should be grammar. My apology. Grammar. I'm sorry, both of you. Pronunciation should be coming at the end.
So you've decided to take the IELTS exam. Good for you. It's the test for study, work, and life. The IELTS speaking test is divided into 3 sections. Part 1 is an introduction and general questions. Part 2 is the long turn. And Part 3 is an analytical discussion. Here we look at the criteria of grammatical range and accuracy. Look for the other 3 criteria in other videos. This criteria focuses on the range and accuracy of the test taker's grammar while speaking. Look for our accompanying downloads for examples of the range of grammatical structure. The range of grammar includes using a variety of complex structures. These are sentences with multiple bits of information. Contrast that to separate, simple sentences with a single piece of information. For example, just beside the station was a stadium which was built in the 19th century and where games are now held every weekend. It isn't expected that candidates are 100% accurate. However, control is important. The Band 7 definition for grammatical range and accuracy says, frequently produces error-free sentences, though some grammatical mistakes persist. It's not just the number of grammatical mistakes, but also how seriously these mistakes block communication. To improve your grammar, take these steps. Be prepared. Make sure that you know the speaking test format and what type of questions to expect in each section. Many tasks in Part 2 of the IELTS speaking test relate to the past, so you most likely use past tenses. Ensure you know the past tenses of common verbs. Some questions in Part 3 ask you to speculate about the future, so use the right tenses in the answers to reflect this. Look out for the British Council's Johnny Grammar apps and videos that can help explain the commonly used tenses for you. Practice. Particularly think about the tenses you use. Ensure these relate to the questions. If the question asked is, "What did you do at work today?" the main word here is did, which is in the past tense, so your answer should be in the past tense too. For example, today I wrote a business brief. Don't worry if you realize you've made a mistake. It's okay to correct yourself. Record yourself speaking and listen to identify errors. IELTS results range from band scores of 1 to 9. However, there are not specific questions for different band scores, and there can't be, as the score isn't assigned until the end of the speaking test. Also, remember there are no quotas for IELTS band scores. Each individual is scored on their own merits. For more information, please see the other speaking test videos: fluency and coherence, lexical resource and accuracy, and pronunciation.
All right. Any question?
No question, teacher.
Okay.
This will just explain how to use the tense correctly, teacher, right?
That's right. Remember, the most important message of this part is using grammar correctly and wider ranges of grammar. Remember, you can only use wider ranges of grammar when you know the grammar structures, tenses, and how you can express a sentence in more than one way. Okay. So let me go back to our main page. I'm going to explain some more things they have mentioned. If you have noticed, when you're writing grammar or when you're speaking, it's very much likely that you are going to make mistakes. But remember, it's not the how many mistakes, it is the importance of when the mistakes block your message. Okay, and Eugene has asked me a question earlier. We're going to explain now, Aryan, that what's the difference between a present perfect and past simple, because he's confused very often using it correctly. This is one of the common problems using. Okay, we'll explain after explaining all this information. So in grammar part, we must use wider ranges of grammar accurately. What it means, you can only use the grammar accurately when you know all the rules, how you can use the tense correctly. And for the grammar, I always suggest to all of our learners to learn tense. If you learn tense, you cover most of the grammar, but I should say 85% of grammar. You know the reason why? Because tense is related to punctuation, syllable, gender, article, parts of speech, number, voice, and narration. And obviously verbs, different kinds of parts of speech like noun, pronoun, verb, adjective. And for the verb parts, we must know the present tense, past form, and the past participle form, because we're going to use it in a tense. Okay, let me give an example. Okay. Yesterday, one student was making comment. The comment was that when I speak, I make many mistakes. Instead of I, he wrote, when you speak, teacher, you make many mistakes. I read it and I said, okay, would you like to teach me where is the mistake? Then she said, no, sorry, teacher. I mean to say I make mistake. Look at the block. Just for one word, the whole concept is changed. And remember that is the important part when you have to use correctly. If somebody doesn't know the difference between you and I or you and they, then it's really difficult for you to have good communication skill. And remember, in spoken English and conversational English, mistakes are acceptable, but up to a certain point when it doesn't block your message. Once again, okay, clear both of you, Aryan and Eugene?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, and also I'll suggest you to learn formal English. We're going to give formal English words later. Today we're going to explain Eugene's problem, present perfect and past simple. So Aryan, do you know the difference between present perfect and past simple?
Yeah, teacher. past simple to describe about something that happened in the past and don't have something related to present. And yes, and present perfect means something also happened in the past, just little bit earlier in the past, and then the result is how can I say last. The result last to present.
Yeah, you're right. So, Eugene, have you understood her explanation? I'll simplify it. Don't worry if you don't.
Okay, so for example, I ate breakfast yesterday, and I just have had breakfast 5 minutes ago, maybe.
Very good. I ate breakfast yesterday, and I have had breakfast 5 minutes ago. Very good example. Okay, so Eugene, in simple English, remember present perfect tense, that always happens in the present. Okay. Okay. It may have started in past, like the past simple, as Aryan has explained. Remember, both of the actions started in past. But for the past simple, the amazing point is that it finished in the past. It didn't continue up to now. Like the way you explained the other day, I went to Taiwan, but you have said I have visited Taiwan 5 years ago. Remember that 5 years is a time frame which is in the past. Okay, so that started in the past, started the journey in the past, and you finished the visiting, then you came back to Japan. Is it clear? But if you say that I have finished my dinner now, okay, like the way Ariana says, I have had my breakfast 5 minutes ago. Or you can say, I have had my breakfast now. That's also correct. That means you started eating a while ago, but you finished it very recently, maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Okay?
Oh, I got it. Yeah, I got it.
Very good. So this is one of the confusing tenses when learners started learning grammar. Okay, present simple or simple sometimes is called indefinite in many Asian countries. And past perfect is also called pluperfect in many European countries. Pluperfect, okay? I'm right. Pluperfect tense.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Yes. Some European countries, like maybe Spanish grammar, someone said to me, and I got this information from the definition. Remember that the word perfect means, what does the word perfect mean? Aryan?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect mean finished. I don't understand. Is it
Yes,
finished?
finished. I say, oh, that's perfect. That means something complete, or something has been finished, or you have finished something. But remember that no one is perfect in the world, okay? As a human being, even English learning.
Yes.
So sometimes from the name of a word or a tense or a grammar, you can guess what could be this tense talking about. So once again, Eugene, present perfect started in the past, but still continuing up to now. Maybe it finished a while ago, 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Yeah, I got it.
Past simple, once again, it started in the past, finished in the past, and it is not continuing anymore. Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing part, the past perfect, both of you, yeah? In conversational English, we do not use past perfect. Instead, we use past indefinite or simple. Like you said, I visited Taiwan 5 years ago. You can also say, I had visited Taiwan 5 years ago. But the importance of past perfect is that when there are two actions, one actions before another, or one situation before another, that is the point where past perfect is more important and significant.
So teacher, can I say like I had visited Taiwan before I visited Vietnam, right?
Very good.
So,
Yes. So two actions, one before another. So I had visited Taiwan before I visited Vietnam. Or Eugene can say, I had visited Korea before I visited England.
Oh, yes, I understand. Yeah.
Okay. And there is a story about past perfect, reading comprehension. Maybe you have got time today, we'll read it. Yeah, that's a small story. So
okay.
remember that how the blocking is done when we don't use the word correctly in grammar. So it is both related to your writing and speaking. Remember that these rules are also applicable for the writing. When you're writing a sentence, like describe your childhood memory, now you'll start, definitely childhood is gone long time ago for all of us because we are adult now. So we can't say that when I am 5 years old. That is totally wrong. Okay, you can have to say when I was. Here the main significant verb is past tense. And in some cases of IELTS exam, especially in condition task 3, there is one question that you have to speculate, means you have to demonstrate about the future. I'm going to ask this question to both of you. Say, so what is the, so you already answered, okay, Eugene, major problem in your country. So what is one major problem? We are not going different, yeah? One major problem in your country. And how was it 5 years ago? And do you think that it will change in the future? Look at these 3 questions, okay? Now, I'm sure from the questions you'll be able to understand you have to speculate 3 different answers. So first one is present tense, second sentence is past tense, and the third sentence is future tense. And in this case, when you're describing, definitely you have to know the forms of the verb you're going to use, like regular or irregular verb, and also present and past tense and past participle. Right, Aryan and Eugene?
Yeah.
Yes, teacher.
So let me ask this question to Aryan first, so that Eugene can understand how she explains. What is one major problem in your country? So you just explain one problem, okay?
Okay. So I think one major problem in my country is corruption. It is serious problem that happened in the past and last to now stay society.
Very good answer.
Yeah.
And how was it 5 years ago?
Yeah, 5 years ago, I think the problem was the same.
Same.
Yeah.
Okay.
The corruption. Yes.
Okay, go on. We're listening.
No, teacher. I don't have enough vocabulary to describe about corruption, teacher. I need to do some research about that.
Okay, now third question. That's fine. You're answering amazingly. Don't worry, Aryan.
Thank you.
The third question.
Oh, yeah, a third question? Yes, I hope so. I hope so. The situation will change in the future. I hope that we have many integrity authority in our government system. So and Vietnamese people hope that the situation about corruption will change.
Great. You have answered well, though you could have explained a little bit more. And you got stuck in 5 years ago, right? Aryan?
What do you mean, teacher? I got stuck.
Yeah, how was it 5 years
Yes,
ago? You said it was
yeah,
same as it is at the present, right? That is what you said, right?
because I mean 5 years ago the corruption situation was the same as nowadays. I mean nothing changed, teacher. Nothing had changed.
Nothing has changed. That's right.
Mm.
Okay, that's a good sentence as well. Nothing has changed. Amazingly, present perfect tense. That means the corruption is still going on. Did you get the point,
Yes,
Eugene?
teacher.
She has used
Yes,
another amazing sentence. Nothing has changed.
I got it.
Okay. Now let us listen to you, Eugene. What is one major problem in your country?
There is a lot of major problem in our city, but I pick up one problem that I think most important. Indeed, most important problem in this city is housing problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And how was it 5 years ago?
In my opinion, it before 5 years ago, it has not solved.
Okay, hang on a second. You said 5 years ago it has not solved. Is that what you said? Okay. And do you think that it will change in the future?
Definitely no, teacher, because people have crowded in city because this city is capital in Japan,
Mm-hmm.
and okay, so moreover, people have been immigrating in this city from outside because they want to get a good position in Japan and they want to study in Japan.
Okay. Well then, accept the second sentence. Look, Eugene, what's the second sentence about? And before that, Aryan, I've written Eugene's answer for the second question.
How was it 5 years ago? Yeah.
Are you there?
Oh yeah, teacher. You mean 5 years ago it has not solved?
Yes. What's the problem with this sentence?
I think the 10 is past simple. Past simple.
Yeah, but has he used past simple?
No, he used past perfect.
Present perfect.
Because yes, past present perfect. Yes, because the time is long ago, 5 years ago, and everything stopped. Everything happened already, and the result. Oh no, the result still. I get confused, teacher, because housing. He talked about housing problem, and this problem is still maintained until recent, right, teacher?
Mm-hmm.
Until recent, yes.
So sentence is
I get
correct.
confused.
No,
Oh.
remember once again, Aryan, there is a tricky way to remember it. If there is a time frame, 2 years, last week, last month, okay, 3 years, 5 years, 200 years, 1 million years, these are always in past. You can't use present verb in that case. Okay, Eugene? Remember, and Aryan as well.
Teacher, this sentence maybe you have to say it in another way, right, teacher?
Yes, and what is the another
ago.
way? That's I'm asking. How you can change it?
Had not solved.
Had not solved.
Yeah, had not solved.
No, still it is not meaningful at all.
Was not solved.
Yes, was not solved. Passive voice.
Was not solved.
Ariane, that is I was expecting.
Yeah,
5 years ago, it was not solved. The problem was same. So if you remember, sometimes we need to use passive form or passive voice in tense so that it makes a meaningful, logical sentence. And that is the impact of learning grammar. You see, you eventually did it. 5 years ago, it was not solved. Okay, but before you give any solution, you have to say 5 years ago the problem was maybe worse. Okay, not the the way as it is. Worse means when you're comparing two situations. When one situation is more bad than another one, we say worst or worse. Worse is the highest quality, worse. And it was not solved. So in this case, we can change it, this word to 5 years ago, it was not solved. It was worse. Okay? Now,
it was worse. Yes.
and both of you see, do you think that means they're asking your opinion? Remember, when you're answering in IELTS exam, you must use the same pattern. You can use I think, okay, use the same pattern, or you can use in my opinion. You know that, Ariane, how you can express your opinion to the point of my view, or I reckon, or simply you can say in my thoughts, it will change or it may change. You can use may or might. It is not necessary that you have to use will because you're giving the opinion, remember. So Eugene, definitely not, sorry, no, it should be not. You said not. Definitely not is not the correct way of response of these questions. So you should use the pattern, okay? Let's use I think. When you say think, that means it is just an imagination. If you use think, you shouldn't use definitely. You can use definitely something when you're 100% sure and you have got data or resource from your government that, oh, you have got a statistics, but in the future you don't know what is going to happen. Clear, both of you?
Okay.
If
Okay,
any
teacher.
questions ever asks you, think, what do you think? Or what's your opinion? Then use the possibility and use in my opinion, or I think, or to the best of my knowledge, to my understanding, it may. Use may or might, possibility. All right, clear?
Okay.
Very good. Well done. Okay, remember in IELTS exam, this is one of the common questions in task 3. Demonstrating your understanding of present tense and past tense and future tense. And there is always another question, if you know, remember, conditional, second conditional. I'm sorry, yes, second conditional. Aryan, do you remember second conditional?
Yes. For example, if I were you, I wouldn't do that. Second conditional sentence.
That's right. If I were you, I wouldn't do that. If I studied well, I would pass the exam. If I were a millionaire, I would build a hospital for the poor people. Okay, the impact of second conditional is that it is a situation or imaginary situation in the past only. Remember that. Second conditional always deals the hypothetical situation from the past. Okay, Eugene, do you know the second conditional?
Yes, I know.
Okay, would you like to give an example?
Second conditional means kind of second conditional mean kind of a subjunctive. How can the the subjunctive is different now current situation, but we think in the past some action was occurred, which what like it can be better than now.
Mm-hmm. Could you please give an example? Like Aryan gave 2 examples.
Yeah. If I were if I had studied more, I could speak more. I could speak English more fluently.
That's not second conditional.
If I studied more. If I studied more.
Yes, now it is. We don't have to use had in the second conditional.
If I studied more, I could speak English more fluently than now.
Okay. Hi Yusuf, welcome. Superfluous. Our local time is 11:34 p.m. Sunday night in the UK, but it's early morning in Japan and Vietnam. That's correct. If I studied more, I would learn more things. Or alternative, we can say, if I studied grammar, I would know more rules, more grammar rules. I would know more grammar rules. Okay. Any other questions?
Yeah, teacher.
Aryan, any other question?
No.
Great. So that is the grammar part we have discussed, and that is, remember that an IELTS exam in speaking part, there are always remember, and the examiner will be assessing this for criteria. Number 1, fluency and coherence. Number 2, lexical resource, that is vocabulary. Number 3, wide ranges of grammar and accuracy. And number 4, pronunciation. And we'll be discussing pronunciation as we go through, because we have to learn more words. Okay, and as a part of pronunciation, these are the common words we pronounce mistakenly. One of them is off and the, and I'm trying to remember double consonants. Yeah, I'm sure I've explained to you consonants. Okay, and noun or verb. All right. Do you remember this confusing question in IELTS exam? So what's here? Again, this question.
Yeah, teacher.
These 2 questions.
What do I do with 2 questions, teacher?
Read it and answer it, please.
Okay, what is your address? Sorry, what is your address? I live in Vietnam, Hanoi City. Can I answer like the teacher, or
Just give a
I
vague
have
answer. You don't have to give the correct answer.
Okay, my address is how can I say, Yellow Street, number 9, yeah, something like that. How do I address you? Yeah, just call me Aryan.
Okay. And Eugene, your answer?
Yes. Yes. What is your address? I live in 334 Street on Tokyo. Yeah. And how do I address you? Address you. And
Yeah, right.
yeah. And I'm a person who make a great effort.
Okay, you see, these words can be used as verb as well as noun. Depending on the stress on the syllable or a tone, it will reflect what you are using. Remember, when you're reading, when you're writing, that's fine. There's no need to pronounce it correctly. And this is one of the common, confusing pronunciation techniques. If you remember, I have explained when it is noun, when it is in a double syllable or bisyllable, like address or address. When it is noun, we stress on the first part, like address. Like, hey, Aryan, what's your address, please? I like to send an envelope. Okay, I like to send a post. Or Eugene, hey, Eugene, what's your address, please? I like to send an email, for example. So address is the location where you live. And remember, and when it is verb, we stress in the second part of the syllable of the word, like address. Remember, it is like first one, upper intonation to down. Address, look, upper to down. And address down to upper. There are hundreds of words that you use in IELTS exam and speaking task. So we have to be very careful using this. Because of the wrong intonation, it may give wrong impact to the examiner. Okay, clear?
Okay.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, I'll send you some of the words later if you don't mind, if you want to have it more. Okay, the next part, as you see, we are using grammar. We're going to have a little bit speaking practice as well. It's a very common question. I'm sure.
Teacher?
Yeah, go on.
How do I address you? So what is the appropriate answer?
Oh, address, that's fine.
How do you,
here, address means
no, how do you answer this question?
how address you? Oh, you can call me or you address me Miss or Mrs. or Mr. or Doctor or Professor.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
So address means how we should call you. Number one meaning. Number two meaning, when somebody gives a speech publicly or in a radio or television or through media, we also use. Like this morning, our British Prime Minister addressed the nation about this in the Jubilee program of the Queen of England, which is why we are going to have 2 more extra holidays next week. And Thursday and Friday has been declared the national holiday in the UK. Look, this is the way this news came. Okay, address, that means it has been declared by the local media. And as you have answered well, by the way, Aryan, you can call me Aryan. Okay, and sometimes some people have nickname, or we call it pet name. They use it in IELTS exams. Say, hey, how do I address you? Then you say, though my name is Aryan this, but my family calls me this. Okay, they address me like this. Okay, clear?
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Okay, I'm going to give you some more insight, some English names. They are short in English. So, William is called Bill. Anthony is called Tony. Okay. Steph. Catherine. They call Cat, yeah, or Kate. Catherine could be K or C. Okay, so that is very common in Western countries. Like, do you know the American president Bill Clinton? What's his full name?
William Clinton.
William Clinton. William Jefferson Clinton. Likewise, the British Prime Minister Tony Blair. His full name is Anthony Blair. Okay, you'll see this type of names very often for the celebrities, singers, famous people, writers. Okay, so let's go on to our speaking practice. Our speaking practice is very easy and common. I'm sure Aryan and Eugene, you must have bought gifts for your family members, right? The topic is describe a gift you bought for someone. Okay, so what are you going to describe? Remember, that's the important part. What it is, why did you buy, why you bought it, for whom you bought it. Okay, and any other information. Okay, do you want to give me some hints about this topic, Aryan or Eugene?
Hint.
Hint means some clue, some information.
Maybe on some occasion.
Yeah, so it describes you bought, yeah, some occasion. So you have to describe which occasion. It could be a birthday, reunion, yeah? Your teacher was explaining union, reunion, or get together, or maybe wedding ceremony, maybe a silver jubilee, maybe something else. Okay, so first you have to describe what kind of gift it was and the trend. Do you know the meaning of trend? Yeah,
Trend, yeah.
like trending now, you see it very often. Trend of the gift.
Passionate.
Yes,
Now passionate.
fashionable thing. Trend of the gift. And why you bought it, as you said, occasion. For whom? It could be a family member, it could be a close friend, it could be a relative. And any other information. Well, let's try to give an extra interesting story like this. When I gave the gift, we took a selfie, and that is in my mobile phone. And whenever I see the selfie, it always reminds me that incident. Make your conversation interesting everywhere, and people will enjoy it. Remember that. And always in a cool mood and smiling. Don't be serious when you describe something. Okay?
Okay.
All right, both of you take 1 minute to think of this answer, then you'll start answering. So once again, dear viewers who are watching silently, you may be eligible to get 2 free lessons because I'm offering 2 free lessons from all of my classes. The best way to take it, visit my profile and click on the take free trial lessons. You don't have to pay any money. It's totally free. But if you think that my classes are supportive and beneficial for your learning, possibly you might consider to subscribe to me with $16, which you have to pay Hallo. We don't take any money at all. It's a Hallo that you're paying. Okay, let me know when you're ready, both of you. And who
Yes, I'm ready to
would like to go
ready
first,
to start.
Aryan or Eugene?
Eugene, do you want to go first?
Oh, yes.
Okay, go ahead.
1 minute.
Yeah.
I need to check the time as well. Don't worry. If you speak more than 2 minutes, that will be amazing. So make it a bit interesting, okay?
Yeah.
Eugene, start speaking, please.
Yes, I'm first. Yeah.
And also, sorry to ask you, if you know how to use compound sentences, please make a compound sentence, at least one. My request, my expectation from both of you.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
let me give you a hint. You can start like this. Giving gift is really tradition in my country, which is why very often I buy gifts for our, known people. Look at this compound sentence. It is not. It is until 2021 when we had the COVID was over, the wedding ceremony. I attended with my family members. Another compound sentence. Got it? 2 compound sentences I've given already for both of you. You may use it if you want to.
Okay.
Okay, start speaking, please.
Yes. It was 3 years ago. I wanted to congratulate my father's birthday. So I concerned what can I product should I buy to for my father. So there are a lot of products what my father's my father forgot the word.
Liked.
Yeah. Prefer, yeah, what my father prefer. And but I thought a wristband was most suitable for my father. And I went to a wristband shop where is close to my home, and I found a wristband which was 30,000 Japanese yen. It exchanged how can I say, and 300 US dollar. It was fair price, and I remembered my father's wristband was old fashioned at that time. So I decided to buy it, and I gave it to my father on his birthday, and he was very surprised, and he he explained how was nice it. Yeah, and he left me, and I think it was good experience for me and my family as well.
Finished?
Yeah.
Well done. You have spoken 2 minutes and 25 seconds. Give him a high five, Aryan.
High five, teacher club.
Yeah, high five. High five. Okay, though your fluency is stopping, you have to be consistent. Okay, your fluency should be a little bit more. Okay, Eugene, number one. Number two, you have used most of the places past tense. That's correct. But in some places you have used present tense. Remember, it's a matter from the past because it says describe a gift you bought for someone. What it was? Wine it was. Sorry, I forgot to add this. But you mentioned it. Wine it was. What it was? Wine it was. Okay. Wine it was.
Speaking in IELTS exam is not easy. So sometimes we know we have to use past tense, but when we speak it, because I'm so nervous, so we mix all the tense together.
That's right. That's why.
So, Jurgen, I have heard in your speech that you say the shop is close to your home. So I think that so not is, right, teacher? It's was. You need to use was. Right?
The shop is close to my home. Shop was close to my home.
Was?
Both of them are correct depending on the content. Okay, Aryan, remember context and content is very important when you're explaining something. Look at these things. The universal fact, though we are describing in the past, but still it can be used as a present tense, like the sun rises in the east. Okay, in direct narration, like my mother always said, you must study hard. It's a direct narration. Okay, and you can say I was offered the job, but I didn't take the job because it was too far from me, or the benefits were not really suitable for me, for example. Okay, you got stuck in one sentence. Eugene, I have written it. My father was surprised and he thanks how nice it was with exclamation mark. You know the exclamation mark punctuation?
No, I have no idea what is that.
Okay, I'm going to write it. remember how nice it was. And this is the exclamation mark. Punctuation. Remember this kind of punctuation, we call it exclamation mark. Can you see it? I'm making it bigger.
Oh, yes.
In your laptop, the keyboard 1 and exclamation mark T. Do you remember exclamatory sentence we explained last week? Do you remember that?
Yes, yes, I know.
How nice it was. So your father was surprised and said, how nice it was. Remember, when you're explaining something, use your emotions, your expression, that will make you more natural of speaking. Okay? And it is called also articulation. Well done, however, Eugene. So focus on fluency, some of the words, and very often you get confused. You have to overcome it. It is a psychological problem. Great. Aryan.
Yeah, teacher.
Are you ready?
Okay, so let's let me try, teacher. Okay, last year on my son's birthday, so I bought him a toy car. It's actually an ambulance toy car with red and white color, and my little son loved it very much, and he played with it all the time. Even he brought it into his bed when he went to sleep. He really liked it because the toy car could run very fast. It ran on battery, and it could make very loud sound, just like real sound of real ambulance. So my son loved the sound of that toy car very much. So he said, "Thank you, Mom. I really love this gift, and it's the best gift ever." Yes. Thank you for listening, teacher.
You have to speak more. Come on. You spoken only 1 minute and 5 seconds.
Okay.
Aryan,
okay, teacher.
please.
Okay. Then he said to me, on the next birthday, I love more toy car, but maybe, mommy, you should buy should buy me a car just just look like in the cartoon. So I said, yes, okay, I promise you, as long as you good, you are good, and be nice with your elder brother, and help me with chores at home. Yes, so he said, yes, I will be good. Yes. Thank you.
Better than before.
Oh my goodness.
Now it's spoken 2 minutes. That's great. Remember, Aryan, you must speak at least 2 minutes in the real life exam. Sometimes
2 minutes.
it may be a bit challenging at the beginning. That's why we're practicing here. I'm giving you some hints. Okay, you have used some amazing vocabularies like chore, household chore. Okay, toy car. That is another good vocabs. And you have given some direct expressions from your son. Oh, mommy, that's really interesting. If you can bring this type of example when you're speaking, it will bring really amazing mark in your speaking. Yeah, in 1 or 2 places, it's obvious that we always make mistakes. Don't worry. It runs. You said in ran is the past tense. Run.
Yes, I mean ran.
Yeah, you mean ran, I understand, but you said run, so which sounds not
okay.
to the point, but that's fine. Remember that as IELTS examiners expect that you may make some mistake. You don't expect 100% accuracy. Remember that. It was shown in the video. But as long as your message is not blocked, then it's okay. We understand you mean to say it is ran by battery, and my son was playing whole day. Then you also explain you wanted to buy for him more toys card if he becomes a good boy and study well and behaves well with his brother and other family members. That's amazing. Okay, so well done, both of you. And remember that an hour is not enough. Please practice at your own time. And if you've got any more writing, send it to me in the subscriber chat, Aryan and Eugene. You can choose your own topic if you want to. If you not, I will give you my topic later today. I mean, it is almost sleeping time.
Yeah.
So we've got 59 seconds. All right. Any other questions before the class finishes?
No, I have no question, teacher.
Aryan?
Yeah, thank you, teacher. No, teacher.
Okay.
No.
Hello, Eva. Welcome. You're welcome. Thank you very much for once again for the participation. We'll see next Saturday for these classes, but you have got other classes as well. So we'll practice more. Remember that practice is the magic word. More you practice, you'll be more confident. Your communication will be developed. I can guarantee you. Like Aryan, you have developed, and Eugene, you have also developed. So you have to develop more to get more marks. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much once again.
Thank you very much, teacher. Take care.
I'll
Bye,
see you later.
Eugene.
Care of
Bye.
your hands. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. So, dear viewers, that's the end of our today's lessons. Remember to practice. Bye.